This isn't my first time on stage, it's actually my second time. And I don't remember being this quite anxious. The last time I was this anxious was actually probably the first time. The only other time I was this anxious, I was actually hiking from my hometown to a place called Loskop Dam. It was a Friday night, it was pretty wet, pitch black. I'd been hiking for a couple of hours and this car rolled up behind me eventually. And I thought, well, this is my saving grace. You know, this is amazing, I'm about to be saved. I jumped in the car without giving a second thought. I cleared the rain off my eyes and it took me a second to adjust. And I realized I was the only person in the car. There was nobody in the driver's seat. And at this point, even by my standards, this is weird, and I shit myself. The car is moving and it's rolling down a hill and it's about to come to a curve and I'm starting to come to my senses. Everybody in life can tell you when they find religion. This is when I found my religion. The hand of God, I shit you not, came in the window and turned the wheel. I absolutely inked myself. While I was processing this information, the car was coming around another bend. The hand of God, once again, came through the window and turned the wheel again. Well, this was about as much as my feeble mind could possibly bear, and I bolted. I jumped out the car and I absolutely ran. I ran about 2 kilometers, and I eventually get to a place called the Chubby, which is an illegal bar in South Africa, and I start preaching the word of God to what happened to me, to the people in the bar. After about 20 minutes, the people can't decide whether I'm drunk on drugs or don't know what the fuck is going on. And these 2 guys walk into the pub, and the first thing they shout is, "Hey, you're the one that jumped in the car when we were pushing." Yeah. As you can tell, I'm clearly not from Japan. I'm clearly South African, and for the more advanced class among you, I'm Rhodesian. Whenever I tell people I'm Rhodesian, the first thing they always assume is that I'm quite racist, which I think is quite a sad state of affairs, really. Having said that, though, what's black and never works? Decaf coffee, you racist bastard. Hey? So there's a lot of similarities between South Africa and Australia. I think that's why South Africans love it so much. One of the similarities is South Australia was recently voted one of the most romantic states next to South Africa, because apparently most nights you can eat your dinner by candlelight too. Yeah, the load shedding is not great, man. It's not great. I tell you what though, you've got to give South Africans ingenuity credit, right? They will always find a way to get power. A friend of mine used to work in a large convenience store outlet, and they had a no-quibble returns policy. And the guy returns his TV with his receipt, and he gets a new TV, and away he goes. Heck, the next day he comes back with his TV and his receipt, and my friend's standing and says, "Oh, what's wrong now?" And the guy says, "Look, the TV still won't work. It's on 1 minute, and then it's off 1 minute, and then it's on 1 minute, and then it's off 1 minute." My friend says, "Well, that's just annoyingly unhelpful." So he takes the TV to the back to try and see what's going on, and the TV's fine. TV works brilliantly, no issues at all. He goes back to the front to have a chat with the guy and see what's going on. It turns out the guy is actually stealing power from the local traffic light. So when it's red, it's off, and when it's green, it's on. Yeah. South Africans can be quite helpful people. Case in point, I was woken up one time about 3 o'clock in the morning by banging on my front door. So I obviously get out of bed, put my t-shirt on, go check the front door. I open the front door and there's a guy standing there on my porch. And I'm like, "Yes sir, can I help you? Is everything okay?" And he said, "If you bang on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's not the response you're gonna get, okay?" The guy basically says to me, "Look, I'm sorry, I'm drunk, I'm pissed, I just need a push." I'm like, "A push? A push? I'll give you a push in a minute, man, piss off." And I close the door and I go back to bed. I start speaking to my partner and she says, "Well, what is going on?" So I tell her the whole story and she says, "Dean." Now normally when this happens, it means there's a guilt trip coming. She says, "It wasn't but a month ago. You were so pissed you couldn't change the car tire and you had to get those 2 guys to come and help you." So automatically I'm thinking, "Dean, you're a doos. Don't be a doos. Nobody likes that guy. Nobody wants to be that guy. Don't be a doos." So I get out of bed, I put my t-shirt on, I grab my running shoes, and I go back to the front door. I open the front door and I say, "Hey, are you still there?" And I hear, "Yes." I'm like, "Fuck it." He says, "Do you still need a push?" He says, "Yes." Start putting on my shoes. He says, "Fine, I'm coming. Where are you?" He says, "I'm over here by the swings." Yeah. Unfortunately, not all people are as helpful. Right now, the world is dealing with this Trump character. I've got to be honest, this guy is a right pupil, or he's a right arsehole. He's just an arsehole. In fact, there's probably a contradiction to arseholes. Arseholes have a purpose. He is a half an arsehole. The guy literally does not make sense to me. He's like wiping before you poop. It just won't work. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Good night.